Welcome to Winn Tucson. I've invited on Nicole Tsai. Nicole is a representative of the NFSC. Nicole Tsai, welcome to Winn Tucson this morning.
Hi, Kathleen. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
And last week we had on Prince from your organization as he talked about Mr. Miles Guo, the FBI raid. Then 5 hours later, they set his apartment on fire. So I want to take this back and let you educate our listeners on who is Miles Guo.
Yes, thank you, Kathleen. Hi, Zach. And so very brief, very brief introduction about Mr. Miles Guo. He is the most successful businessman in China. And all the Chinese businessmen, if you become successful, you become wealthy, and you will become an immediate target of the CCP's persecution if you don't conform to their orders. And so Miles Guo just refused to bow down the CCP. And having coming from the communist China, he has the most exclusive intel about the CCP's crimes against humanity, deep-level corruption, and especially about the collusion between the CCP with the American sellout, the traders inside the U.S.-owned government, like the DOJ, the FBI, and other federal government agencies. So that's why Mr. Miles Guo became the most targeted, most persecuted dissident, not only in communist China, but also here in America, because the stuff that he has been blowing the whistles against, really make them look bad. For example, FBI. I mean, back in 2017, Miles Guo gave the exclusive intel to the U.S. government agencies, including FBI, about the CCP's 13579 plan. 1 stands for one bioweapon. 3 stands for 3 years in the making of a deadly virus, later known as the COVID-19, which has been proven that it came from the bioweapon lab in Wuhan. And 5 means this virus will be taking effect for 5 years. 7 stands for 7 countries, that is the 5-Eye Partnership plus India and Japan. And 9 stands for that notorious vaccine mandate practiced by many countries in the free world, including America, that is 9 years in the development of a vaccine to be forced upon everybody. So Miles Guo, gave that intel, exclusive intel, to the U.S. federal government agencies back in 2017. The FBI and the federal government, the bureaucrats, they did nothing. They didn't act on this, which led to over 1 million American people's lives lost to the COVID-19. Not to mention, so many people have lost their jobs due to the vaccine mandate and the side effects that have, people have to suffer from the forced jab. And so Miles Guo is very hated by the big pharma, by the Wall Street, by the mainstream media, and by the corrupted officials inside the DOJ and FBI. So we're not surprised that finally the FBI took that move and raided Mr. Miles Guo's home on March 15th. Well, and then there was a mysterious fire that broke out hours after Ms. Miles Guo was removed from that residence. And so we're asking the congressional leaders to launch an investigation into what prompted the FBI's raids of Mr. Miles Guo's residence, given there are so many CCP kleptocrats owning the most expensive apartment homes near Central Park in Manhattan. So, Xi Jinping and Wang Qishan and a hand of the CCP's kleptocrats, they have most expensive homes inside Manhattan, also in San Francisco, Los Angeles. But the FBI did not raid their homes, even though we know it's the Xi Jinping and Wang Qishan and CCP kleptocrats who purposefully designed the COVID-19 and intentionally have the virus released to the entire world, aiming at taking down America's public health and economy.
So, absolutely. And I mean, it's pretty clear to see that, COVID-19 has not only disrupted the United States, but it's absolutely disrupted the entire world. But Nicole, just to kind of set up for the listeners of this show, can you just let us know, when did Miles Wu come to America? And then secondly, what is his ultimate goal?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, great question, Zach. And so Mr. Miles fled communist China and came to the United States of America back in 2017. So the ultimate goal for Miles is that he wants the Chinese people to be freed from the slavery
of the CCP.
Yes, slavery by the Wall Street, by the corporate America, by the Unity Party within the U.S. government, who would like to see the CCP rose to the power.